live. You got MB here. I know some of y'all get notifications. Open it up on Christmas to answer questions. Any question. I have to hook up my laptop here so that I can get the ability to see these questions as they come in and then be able to answer them. So right now I'm gonna wait here and wait till a couple people. One or two subscribers. Got one. How you doing? Let me see if I can see the comments over this top chat. Okay. All right then. 3 people. Hey, how you doing? MBE here, live. Merry Christmas, Ryan Bates for Life. What's up? I think I know you from Facebook, don't I? When you run from 8's Town, what's up? Trust this computer? Yes, trust this computer and charge my phone. That's what I want. That's really what I want you to do. Charge my phone. What's up? Merry Christmas. Hey, what's up, Israel? Hope your dad doing all right, man. Things going good. You got me some eggnog and a drink. Nah, I was gonna put me a little something together, but I ain't did it yet. I'm just opening this up because I'm just laying in the house. It didn't really feel like Christmas though, did it? I'm the guy with the 3 small ports for my 218s. Yeah, I think you need to increase the port area. Most people use with slot ports, Ryan, they use 12 to 16. And then with an aerial port, they always say, what's up, Tyler? They always say, man, you can get away with 6 to 10. Some people say 6 to 8, some say 6 to 10. I use the same area with a port, aerial port that I use with a slot. And the reason why I do that is because all the aerial port does, it enables you to get more volume out your box and in a smoother transition because there's no corners at all inside the enclosure. You are able to, because there's no corners at all inside the enclosure, you are able to get smoother airflow, less resistance. So you can get away with a smaller port area. That's it. And because you can get away with a smaller port area, you can get away with a smaller port area. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use a smaller port area. A 218 box, I think what you use is 5 or 6 cubes per, so that's 10 or 11 cubes per. You might want to look at getting a single, dual 8 or 4 6s. 4 6s or a single 8. Now, mind you, when you put those size, you can't just, okay, I built the box, I'm just going to throw an aerial port inside. No, because when you put a port inside the enclosure, the port itself takes away some of the volume. So you'll no longer have the volume that you had in the beginning. Okay? Now I'm thinking with with a 10 or 11 cube box that you got with them 218s, you definitely getting port area. You're just using 3 4-inch. You definitely getting chuffing if you're just using 3 4-inch ports, which is a lot. That cone is trying to move a lot of air through a little bitty old hole, and you're getting some chuffing. It's gonna mess with you. Basically, like they playing in a sealed box. So if you increase that port area, you're gonna have to build another box. Hold on, y'all. The question. Yeah, you're gonna have to do another box because if you put larger ports, you're gonna take away some of the volume that you have calculated you had now. So you're gonna have to calculate for the volume that the port's gonna occupy, whether you use 4 6s or 2 8s. I might need to give me a calculator. But I know a 6-inch aerial is 28 square inches of port area, so that's like 2.5 cubic feet. So if you got a 5 cube box, you can use 2 6s. You can use 1 6 and a 3 cube box. I wouldn't do it. If you got 10 cubes, I want to use 4 6-inch aerials. That way you're getting 14 square inches of port area roughly per every 2 cubes. 14 square inches of port area. I lost my train of thoughts. 20 square inches of port area. Every 2 cubes, you're going to get 14 square inches of port area. You can use a 6-inch aerial for 2 to 2.5. Uh, oh, yeah, oh, you haven't done it because of the cubic volume. Yeah, your volume is going to shrink. Well, that's something to consider as well, because if you put the port area in and your volume shrink, now you got the other end of the spectrum. That's what comes with building enclosure. Now the port area is right, but the cubes ain't right no more. So now the subwoofers are choking because you don't got 18 square inches of port area. I mean, you don't have the 5 to 6 cubes needed to run 18. So that you might want to just run one. I don't know. You might want to just run one, because it sounds to me as if you don't really have the airspace to run to. You just want to, thinking that's gonna get you louder over quantity, because you're using the quantity that a lot of guys use. Hey, if I don't get to your question, just ask me a question again, because I'm trying to work with everybody. So a lot of people, Ryan, think, well, I'm gonna get two of this. I hear guys when I'm building my truck enclosure, man, I want 4 tens. How you gonna get 4 tens under the seat? Well, I've seen it done. Yeah, you've seen it done, but it wasn't done correctly. Just because you've seen it done doesn't mean anything. I could put a 15 under your seat. Yeah, it was originally designed for one size cube 18. I think that's what because it seems like your application, man, you trying to run 2 in the space really designed for 1. Just run 1 correctly and you'll be louder than 2 choking. Take space to make bass. 1 run correctly will be 2 choking. So put 1 in the biggest possible box you can. Normally you use 5 to 6 cubes. Maybe put it in 6.5. Put it in 6.5. So you can really be efficient. You're using that SoundCube HDS with HDS3. That's a great sub, very great sub. So I would say, yeah, you run 1 run, do it correctly, man. What's up, Brian Miles? I don't know if we from the same spot, but what's up with you, man? What's up, home? All y'all, my homies, man. All y'all base heads. I'm trying to log into this YouTube right now. Oh yeah, that SoundCube is a very good subwoofer. Chris Hampton. Okay, I'm on Chris Hampton. I'll get back to you later, Brian. What do I suggest you put in your Pacifica? What do you want to put in your Pacifica? Don't ask me what I think. What do you want to put in your Pacifica? That's the question. That's the question. What's up? What's up? You know where it is, baby. You know where it is. Who that nation? Who that nation? From Fort Toros down there. Whamming, ain't you? Old base head like myself. Chris Hampton. You want to put a 15. You got enough room. My mom has a Pacifica. So you got enough. No, you don't. No. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to get to all y'all questions if I can get to my channel. The Pacifica, I would suggest, I think 2 tens. Because you don't have, unless you take that third row out. You take that third row out, then you'll have enough room to run anything. But if you want to keep your vehicle functional, I say 2 tens, 112, or 2 8s, maybe 3, something like that. You don't have a. It depends if you got that third row in and out, Prince Hampton. That's the main thing. If you got that third row in and out, if you got that third row in, I don't know. Let me see. Ooh, let me see. Click this on right here. I can watch myself live over here. I'm tripping on that. Make sure this volume ain't up. I can watch myself live over here. I'm tripping on that. Oh yeah. Let me turn this volume down. Click. Boom. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. What do you like about NEP? They were inexpensive. It's really basic design. You can get them. I think they sold out very quickly, but it was an inexpensive design. Nothing spectacular about them. How would you suggest a car inside the house? Ooh, man, I lost that comment. It folded away. Can I see these comments again? Let me see comments. All Mrs. Vespa, hot all chat, man. They have 10s left. Oh yeah, they do have 10s left. They have the advanced 10, $110. I suggest you get it for that price, $110. Maybe message me. Hey, when you see my numbers, yeah, the advanced 10, yeah, get those. They're $110. I can build you a box for them if you got enough space for them. MDF, MDF is the best sound in all enclosures. It's resonant dead. I don't use it because I'm shipping boxes out to my enclosures, and MDF doesn't hold up very well in shipping. Also, when it rains over a period of time, in 1 year, MDF box will start to deteriorate unless you put all that resin on the inside, and all you doing then is just lining the inside. You need to coat the whole entire box, and then that's gonna make it even heavier. So I don't really use MDF myself to build people boxes to ship out. For one, because it's not gonna hold up. For two, it's gonna start absorbing moisture. But it is the best sounding. It is the best sounding because it's acoustically dead. Have I heard the Sound Solution 18? No, I haven't heard one there, but I have heard Sound Solution audios, subwoofers. Do I recommend a cardio inside house for surround setup? Yes. I mean, you can just if your amplifier can run it, because most of them home theater systems have 8 ohms and 8 ohm amplifiers, so you gotta figure that out too. You gotta know what you're doing. If I don't get to your question, ask your question again, because I'm going pretty fast. I'm trying to answer a question, and then somebody else comments. So if I don't answer your question, just redo your question again, and eventually I'll pop up and see it. Particularly if you see me getting toward the end of answering the previous guy's question, then you can put it up there and then I'll see it and get to your question. If Fadeaway is 18 for the you should check it out. I know. I already know that. Man, listen, D Perez, I have tested every H you can name. All right? The Fadeaway was built for Sound Solution Audio by another company. I've heard the Fadeaway. It's a great sounding 8. Very good. Plays in 31 hertz in a 0.55 box. In fact, the review on the Fadeaway on the enclosure, if you look on the reviews, you'll see my name, Myron Bedford. I had that said about 4 or 5 years ago. Listen, before I go any further, y'all thinking I'm new on this channel on YouTube. I'm new to YouTube. People that know me and most of my subscribers, over half of my subscribers know me from Facebook. I've been doing this since 2014. There's not too many 8s that I ain't had. I'm going to tell you the 8s I ain't had. I haven't had the DD2508. I haven't had the Hutchinson Etta 8. I haven't had the new Resilient Sounds Gold 8. I have had the RS8. The new Resilient Sound Gold 8. I haven't had that. And shoot. I think that's it. Massive had it. Sumo had it. Toro had it. What you want to name? Scar, ZVX had it. I just did the review on the Scar Evo 8. It just came out. The VVX, all the Scar 8s, and I had them. All the Sundown 8s, because that's what, I was originally Mr. 8-inch. All the Sundown 8s, I done had. Every last one of them. The XA V3s were personally given to me by Brian and Jacob. When I got the XA V3, I got it out of Jacob's hand when they had the shop in the building in Claremont, North Carolina. Rockville 8, no, I have not had the Rockville 8. I might try that just because it's cheap, $79. Remember, I'm always tell you Conair is king. 2X8 or 2-kicker L7Q class. I will say this, because I'm an honest man. I think that the X8 V3, as my graph shows me, does do a little bit better in the lows, between 30, 31, and 32. A little bit better in the lows, between 30 hertz, 31 hertz, and 32. Just a tad bit, maybe a dB high. After that, the lows below 30, kicker gonna take over. Big cone area. And above 32, 30, 33, 34, 35, it just exponentially starts to just get out of control what the Q class would do to XAV3. That's just the facts. So I'm not saying it's better. They both have their different applications. But numbers don't lie, okay? Now I'm running them right now. So are you bashing the XAV3? No, let's get that understood. I am not bashing the Sundown XAV3. That is a beast motherfucking sub. That's my original pit bull. Straight up, it's a beast sub. But it's got its limitations. It's not very efficient. You need to throw a lot of power to it for it to get loud. I think the sensitivity rating is 79 or 80. I think it's 80 in the D4 and and 79 the D2, one of the two, but 79 80. Whereas the kicker is 83 dB. So on the same power, the kicker is going to get louder. The XAV3 can take more power, but if you're trying to reach a certain given dB level, why would you want to waste all the power? Why would you have to? Well, if you don't need to buy the amp to get a certain level of loudness, why? Just so you can tell people, "Hey, I got 4,000 watts on." Okay, cool. I'm getting the same dB rating you getting on 2,000 watts or 2,500. If you want to spend more money just to get a big amp, say you doing it, so be it. But what's the point? And the way my school of thought now, especially how things are, how the industry is leading and where the industry is going. Well, so as far as the car audio, I mean cars moving to electricity, man, battery power, hybrid, gas and battery. I mean, you can look at what's going on in Washington. They want cars by 2035 to be. They want 60% of them to be electric. So you're gonna need to get an efficient subwoofer. The age of inefficient subwoofer has came and is going to come to an end. You're gonna have to go back to an efficient subwoofer. Basically, you're gonna have to go back to what we was doing back in the 90s. You're gonna have to get a subwoofer that's efficient. They can take a certain amount of power and create a certain amount of noise level or a certain dB level. And that's what you get when you get the Kicker Q class. It's more cone, so on every stroke you move more air, and it's louder. It's louder. The myth say the kicker don't play low. That's your box. Yeah, efficient. Yeah, efficient subs will always win, man. Efficient subs. And how do you tell the subs efficient? You look at that sensitivity rate. Don't let no manufacturer tell you, oh, that doesn't mean anything because you get power. Yeah, it does. It means a whole lot, man. It means a whole lot. Hey, somebody texted that last comment. Copy and paste. Do it again, man. Cause I didn't see that. I didn't see that. I really don't want to. I really want to answer that. Efficiency wins, man. Efficiency wins. You want a subwoofer that's efficient, whether it's an 8, 10, 12, 30, 33, 32 for the reggae. Same thing as hip hop. 30, efficiency is always going to win. Efficiency. Because that means that's what J Audio, that's why J Audio doesn't make big amps. Same thing with Fosgate. Fosgate don't make amp bigger than 2500. Oh, that BDC 2500 will give you a lot of power though. We know that. Same thing with the Fosgate BDC 1500. Gives you a lot of power as well. But J Audio is why you don't make 2,000 watt amps? Because our subwoofers are efficient. Yeah, our subwoofers are efficient. They're efficient at taking signal and turning it into noise. If food, I don't really work with a lot. I built boxes for 15s, but I've never worked with a Food 750 15. So I have heard them at shows. I ain't gonna have nothing bad to say. I have nothing bad to say against them. But efficiency is king. And speaking of efficiency, you got efficiency in the signal parameters, and you also got efficiency as you go with bigger subs. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. What you talking about? That Boston. That's a guy local to me who wants me to build a box for that Boston acoustic sub. Very efficient. I haven't had a chance to hear one in person. The MTX 9500 series, very efficient. As you go up in subwoofer size, your efficiency is going to go up as well. So a 30 hertz in an 8-inch woofer is going to take a certain amount of attain a 35 hertz tone in an 8-inch subwoofer. It's going to take a certain amount of excursion and a certain amount of power. As you go to a 10-inch, you're going to need less power, less excursion. As you go to a 12-inch, to make the same frequency, you're going to need less power, less excursion. As you go up in size, you're going to need less power, less excursion to get the same frequency. So efficiency comes with the electrical signal itself and the subwoofer's ability to handle that. And efficiency also comes in subwoofer size. People tell you, man, 8s and 10s are quicker than 12s and 15s. That's a misconception. I'm sorry to tell y'all. That is a misconception. 8s and 10s hit harder. That's a misconception. Something wrong with your box. I'm telling you, something is wrong with your box. That is a misconception. As you go up in size, your efficiency increases, and the less power you'll need to attain a given loudness and a given frequency. All this we're messing with, brothers, is just electricity from the start. Remember my video I tell you and way in the beginning? I said, where do you design a good cardio system at? First pop the hood. First pop the hood and find out what you can power with what you have right now. And if you envision doing more power and larger subs, then you're going to have to start at alternator. All electrical systems start one place. You're going to have to start at alternator. You're going to have to maintain a certain voltage. Okay? Then we move all the way to the power wire, the extra batteries. Then we move to the amplifier. From the amplifier, we run to, and this is describing the subwoofers. Then we go from the amplifier to the enclosure to the sub. The enclosure for the sub. You don't start with the box of the sub. You start up under your hood if you want to do it right. Repeat that question. I didn't get that. Repeat that question one more time, because I did not get that. And I would like to answer that question. Boss Scooter is a line. Rest in peace, J Audio 7. Now, see, I'm not going to get into the verses unless we want. I can't, because, listen, there is no perfect subwoofer. And I told y'all there's another video. There is no subwoofer that's going to beat any other subwoofer in all applications. That goes including to the subs I'm running right now, the Kicker L7. D. Perez, repeat that question in about 5 minutes. And I'll answer for you. There is no perfect subwoofer. There is no subwoofer that's going to beat every other subwoofer in every application. Please stop that, brothers. Whatever sub you run it. But don't think you're going to beat this person because you got that or because MB said so. Hey, guys, man, I thought you said it was all about the Kicker L7. What do you mean by that? I thought it said it was all about the Kicker L7. Where do you get that from? I just want to run currently. Take my comments in context. I'm pleased with the performance. I'm not going to sit there and say that sub was the best sub. That 8-inch is the best 8-inch out, period. The most sensitive. It is the most sensitive. It's doing these things in my application. But it is not perfect. There is no perfect subwoofer. It's not saying it's going to beat every app. It's going to be every other subwoofer in every application. No, that's not going to happen. Decide what subwoofer you're going to run, and make sure you're running it correctly. Good clean power, good enclosure. Whether I build it, somebody else build it, or you build it. There is no, MB said this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna get into the versus thing. I talk smack. I want videos I have said, man. I've said this when the DB drive, when I was doing the DB drive G510. I said, sundown who. It's just all hype and Jexter, man. It's all hype and Jexter, man. They make great products. DB Drive make great products. Sundown Audio make great products. But what I have seen and that's why I'm not on Facebook with it no more, is guys think because the herd mentality, what everybody's doing, so that means that's better than everything else. And that's just not necessarily the case. It's not. It's not. I've seen SoundCube Ham Sundown. Case in point, William Gay. Some of y'all know is my homeboy down there in South Georgia. He runs Scar. It's garbage. Even on my video, I told you, man, I'm not thrilled with Scar's. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that soon. I'm gonna get in that DS18, XL18 soon test as well. Garbage. I said I wasn't thrilled with Kevin's 8-inch lineup. I ain't thrilled with the SDRs. I ain't thrilled with the SVRs. He changed his lineup. I was when he had the VVX V3s and the MA8 100 and the ZVX8. I wasn't thrilled with none of them. I said the Scar VVX8 was the best he had. Okay, he stopped making the VVX3. I think he made that the SDR. The MA8, he changed that into his Evo 8, and I just reviewed it, did a video on it. Found out that music I thought I was copyright free, that music was not that damn copyright free. They still restricted me, but I don't care. Give the people their money. I can't review a subwoofer while letting y'all hear the subwoofer play on music. I just hope YouTube doesn't get me in trouble with it and understand, man, I'm not trying to steal the money. Let them make the money on the music on the sub. That's not what the point I'm doing it for. doing this to show people how the sub sound on particular songs that everybody listen to, and maybe they gonna get more money. People might say, I'm finna buy the sub. I want that song to sound like that with that sub. So it's a win-win for everybody. But it's garbage. My original point, William Gay, has took this garbage, and when he took that thing up to a sundown, when they had that thing in August, about 2, 3 years ago, and won the show. Yeah, loud as the sub, loud as the show, was garbage, if that's what you want to call it. Which proves to me that number one, and it should prove to you as well, it's all about the enclosure, man. It's all about number one, running your power, getting your power correctly, setting your amp gains correctly, getting all your signal to reach the amplifier to give the proper instruction to the sub and the proper enclosure, and you'll be surprised with any subwoofer can do. So if you're on my channel, two things you need to come on my channel. Think I'm going to be saying this sub is the best perfect sub all around in a video that there is no perfect sub. That's not going to happen. Number two, my channel is mainly for street beaters. What's a street beater? The person who's going to go buy 212s, he might spend the most $2,500 on the system. That's a good system. That's a good system. $2,500 is a good system. He's not chasing numbers. If he get them, so be it. But he's not chasing numbers. He want a good sounding system that is loud to the ear. He want people to hear him before they see him. If he meters well, great. But that's what he's spending this money. I had a guy comment and say, man, you lost me about $1,000 system because what if you trying to do 150? I said, what if you ain't trying to do 150? I'm going to explain something to you, man. The majority of the people in cardio shops will tell you this. They don't make their money off the guys that spending $5,000 to $10,000 a system. They don't make their money off that. They make their money off the guy coming in on the radio and change the door speakers out. All right? They make their money off the guy who wants 212s and an amp. They make their money off the guy who wants to come in and buy audio pipe. Who is Scar? Whoever you think is a low name brand, whatever. They make their money off the guy that's coming in and spending between $800 to $1,500. That's their bread and butter customer. That's the guys I want on my channel. The guys who come in, they might necessarily. I'm not here we can go into no long debate on how to get you a 150, a 155, 165. Because most people listen to my channel, man, they're not the guys that number one has the money to do all that. And those guys not interested in nothing I'm saying because they pretty much know what I know. They know how to attain a certain given loudness. So there's no reason to watch my channel. I mean, I know everything he got to say. My channel is for the street beaters, the ground pounders, the guys like to cruise at night, play their system loud. The guys that when they go drop the girl off or pick the girl up, they want to hear him coming, driving by the high school or something like that. You know, drive when they leave high school, something like that. That's basically what my channel is for. Street beaters. They not chasing numbers. If they get them, so be it. If you think it's loud, so be it. But they don't care. If it sounds good to them, that's what they want. And that's what my channel's for. My channel's for those people. And that's who I tailor my channel for. I really don't care about designing a system that, you know, I'm making it loud as you possibly be, because I see when I talk to most people on my channel, when I ask them, man, I want to do this, I want to do that, and they go, and some of the people that be kicking tires, I call them when they message me, I just call them kicking tires. I guess they think I'm pressed for conversation. When I tell them all they need and the price is gonna come into it, they kind of lose interest. They kind of lose interest, for real. Cause like, for instance, my system, before we even get to the subwoofers, just up front, you looking at $600. 2 batteries, 2 XS power batteries, $700. One $399, the other one is a group there, $700. We ain't even went to the back. You had $700. And we ain't changed my highs, man. Okay, D. Perez, what truck? Text me what truck, man. Answer that question. We haven't even changed my highs. Just doing my sub system. 700 in the batteries. 1 out power wire, sky high. That's $100. So that's $800. to an amp, that's 800. Fosgate BDCP, that's 800. So now we at 1600. We ain't got to the subwoofer. We at 1600 right there. Audio control device, another $100. The RC Pro, that's $100. Uh, then the Epicenter, that's $200. So now we at $1,900. We haven't even got to the subs. We at $1,900. We ain't got to the subs yet. All right. Okay, and then we at 1,900 got the subs. Now I'm running 4 subs. I'm running 4 kicking class. That's another $1,000 right there. So that's we had $2,900. And all I did was we had $2,900, and all I did was put bass in the truck, cause my highs and everything is together. I just put bass. Add another add another $100. We had $3,000. So I changed out my door speakers, and we had another $100. So we had $3,100, and all I did was change out my door speakers, run 1 amp. Build mine. We ain't count mine closing. I built it for myself. And the speakers, we had $3,000. And I feel like I got an average system. I ain't got a high. I got an average system. It's still some other things I could do. I just changed out the bass. I ain't even put an amp on my highs yet. I could. I just don't need to. Okay, you mentioned clean power. I heard brilliant boys are dirty. What makes clean power? Signal to ratio, dampening factor, quality, experience. I'm not a full fan of the full bridge technology. I'm not. Everybody jumping into it because there's a training called audio that tells you the more power, the louder you're gonna be, and that's not true. That's not true. Look at these amps and then ask these people what they clamp, and you'll see they use get these big amplifiers, and half of it go to impedance rise. That's why they get big amplifiers. Half of it go to impedance rise. They're gonna lose it. So they got an 8K amp, they only getting like 3,700 to the subs. Clamp, look see the clamp numbers. Then look at the dampening factor. Look at the signal noise ratio. You know, those I don't build amp boards, but I do know quality when I see it. I know Kicker does rated. I know my Fosgate amp fights impedance rise. So does Jerry Audio false impedance rise. I do know that my amp at 1,500 watts have beat guys with larger systems. Deep red, you still need me to tell what kind of truck, so I can suggest different eights for you. What year is your truck? 'Cause I don't even know if you can do it. My Fosgate amp has beat guys who claim they got 3,000 watts. I've on similar 4.8 systems, and they're like, man, why you in it? Yeah, because on dynamic I do way more than that. But also, you sales how now you going with this bullshit, man. 2009 crew cab. I don't sales. You going with this bullshit? What I think about Morel? What do you mean? What I think about Morel? There's nothing to think about them. They good. What are you talking about? That's crazy. That's a ridiculous question. Are you trying to impress me about your knowledge about audio? Morel ain't playing. Morel, Hybrid Technologies, J Audio. Who else? Man, there's another one. Hybrid Audio. They had JL Hybrid Audio Technologies. I mean, these guys are sound quality guys, man. What do you mean? What I think about Morel? If you got Morel money, pay for it. So I can tell you, you got Morel money, pay for it. It's gonna do what it do. Focal. You got focal money, pay for it. They ain't playing no games. These ain't no fly by night guys. They ain't getting nothing off the shelf. Exactly. They big boy shit. No, there is no such thing as a record made between highs and lows because every application is gonna be different. You never know how much you got to put your system in, and then decide how much power you're going to put on your highs to balance it out. Right now, because of the added corner, I got my L7s. I'm now in a position where my friends have told me, and I see it myself, I might have to put an amp on my highs. The bass, as I turn the volume, the bass drowns out the highs. It's no longer balanced as it was. When I get the high power settings, when I give it turn the full tilt, the bass overpowers the highs. I don't like that, so I'm going to put some more power. Another 30 watts. They 35 on those now, and I give me an amp to do 75 by 4, 300 watts, 75 per channel, and that'll be enough to balance it on out. Man, y'all be asking me so many questions, man, trying to get to all this stuff on NBE Live, and it's crazy. Because I'm trying to answer your question. Now, Perez, 2009. Okay, crew cab. if your transmission goes straight back, like I think it's like 10, 11 inches across, 11 inches high. If you got that hump, if you got that hump that goes straight back, I can build you a box for that. If you got that hump that goes like this and then goes at an angle, need the truck to be present to build you a box. Also, answer that. All mofo ask me that question later. Oh, it's flat. If it's flat, man, you need to look on one of my channels and find the phone number and get at me. Get at me, and I'll build you a box for 4/8. Now let's look at the 4/8 you can use. Depending on what budget you want to play. You want to go high end. Don't loudly possibly. I mean, what power? Well, you said 1,000. You said 1,000 watts, did you? The Fallsgate BD 1000. Uh, let me see. Let me see. Oh man, let me think. 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 Let me think now. BDCP. I'm trying to get you as loud efficient as you possibly can. With that being said, there's only a couple of subwoofers that are very, very efficient. With just that amount of power you got. If you want to run two, you can use anybody. I wouldn't use the Sundowns on the X8s. I would use the SAs. You can get them on Directronics as well. Get to be totally American made. The SA8 V3s. My first choice would be the Toro Tech Audios for you, unless you want to pay the Sundown money. I mean the Kicker L7 money, which is $229. They very serious. Those are two most highly efficient eights that I have tested that I know of is out there. The Kicker L78 83 dB and the Toro Tech is 82.9 dB, or 82 point something dB. You could run the XA8. You couldn't run a DB Drive G5. You could, but I'm saying you wouldn't. They would play. Yeah, the Kicker Q class. The Kicker Q class is what I recommend. You could do the DB Drive G5, but they really need more power. That sub needs that is the equivalent of a X8 as far as in all dynamics. I mean everything. In fact, that's why I call them the sundown killer, because they can if you know what you're doing with them. You know what you're doing. That X8 G5 can get in that X8 business. Don't let anybody tell you nothing different. But you need more power. You do need more power. You need to have that can put up like 2,000 watts to really get the full potential out of. I would suggest you use DB Drive G2 or the G1s, just like I would say in the Sundown. Don't use the X. Go to the SA8 or under to get the most power put. Or you could get efficiency from a Kicker Q class or Toro Tech. Both of them have very high efficiencies. Sound Q, the efficiency, HDS, it all depends. If you want to run 4, them 1,000 watts is not. Your best you to run 2, you'll get more hit than trying to run 4 and then trying to split it, because you're still gonna lose with the BD. You're gonna lose some of your power to impedance rise. If you had a BDCP, you won't lose that much. You're still gonna use it, but you won't lose that much. So it all depends if you want to run 4 or you want to run 2. If you're gonna keep that same amp 1,000, that BD 1,000, I would just run 2. I would just run 2. Text me and we'll take. Don't call me right now. You see I'm on live. Don't call me right now. Text me tomorrow, Slim, and we'll talk about getting you a box for 2. If you're going to increase the amplifier power, then I would suggest 4. If you're going to, depending on how much you're going to increase the amplifier power, I mean, which ones do you want? If you want any DB Drive product, get it your boy. I can get them for you. I can get them for you. Trust me. Okay, next question. Somebody text me another question that they might need an answer that I didn't get to because I was busy. Yeah, I build this close for 18. Yeah. In fact, I'm finna build close for a dude in Indiana for 218s. Yeah, I build them. If you gonna come get it, building it's gonna cost a lot to ship it to you. A soft dome to necessary to get a wide sound stage. No, your crossover is what you need. Your crossover says you need to be right to get you a wide sound stage. You can get a lot of speakers. That's why my truck sound the way it do. Just on the mids and the high, it's 10 speakers in there. And I got an Alpine DSP that comes factory. So I know some people just the sound. They want to be a little softer, so they use them soft domes instead of using the hard dome. Hey, ask me that last question again right there. Your crossover settings was gonna give you a wide sound stage so the people so it all sound blend in. I haven't even messed with my highs on my truck, and people love man. What you got in there? I just changed my defending capitals because the truck is a long Laramie Longhorn, so it comes with an Alpine DSP fiber optic system. So it just it's clean. Just right now I need to put more power to them so they can keep up with that added cone area that those kickers offer with that square surround. I got a lot more corners. It's almost like I'm riding around with a 18 in there. Yeah, seriously. It's almost like I'm riding around with 18 in there. That's how much corner I got. I'm glad you learned a lot, man. I'm still learning too, man. I'm still learning as well, man. I don't know everything. Trust me. I do a lot of reading. I'm about the 4, 12, 38, 33, 18. All depends on what you see. I can't do that. See, I can't do that 412. 412, 38, 30. How you gonna do that? 412 by itself. 4 times 13 out of the basket is what, man? 52. How you gonna do 33, 38, 14? How you gonna do that? Tell me, explain to me how you gonna do that. I wanna know. Or you gonna put 2 like that? I think you're gonna be choking them. That's what I personally. Depending on what 12 they is though. But I don't know too many 12 that can operate no 1.5. I don't. What's up, man? Clyde. Most 12s I know need at least 1.75 to 2. 1.75 to 2. I don't know 33, 38, 14. Then you can't what a box for 412. You give me the dimensions. I don't know what 12 they is. Every subwoofer needs a different size box. Some like 1.5. Very few. Can't remember none off the top of my head. Most like 1.75. Real efficiency is 2 cubes. SQ is 2.25 to 2.5. All depends. But the manufacturer tell you what you need to put in these subs. Yeah. And the port area needed. It ain't just 412s in the box, man. That's where you get your an enclosure builder. Somebody who knows, who has played with a lot of subwoofers. A lot of y'all see my successes and see my boxes and okay, they can get in and they're good, but what y'all don't see is the failures. Little people tell you with success comes, you can't know success without failure. It's been a lot of time I don't not to get to a customer, but my boss not to get to a customer, but I have it's 11 cubic feet total. Baby, you give me some cranberry juice. Hold on, it's a quick moment of pause. Now, my wife is so sexy. It makes no man. My wife. That has nothing to do with what you're talking about. It do got a lot with them 218s you got back there. Good Lord Almighty. Woo! Beverly Audio. Beverly Audio. Y'all like that, don't you? Y'all laugh at that. But you'll never see them motherfucking 18s there. You won't see them 18s there, boy. Woo-wee. They like out of airspace too, boy. They be boom, 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 boom. I am focused. I'm focused on them 18s you got back there. Yeah. That was my what? Hey, ask that question again. What's my preference between what? Can you I can scroll down. Look at this here. What's your preference between T-line, T-knuckle, threaded inserts for mounting heavy subs? I would use them thread inserts. If that sub is over 75 pounds, man, I use them thread inserts, man. Well, get you a big 1/4-inch bolt, screw in that joker. Then you need a lot of wood. I'm finna build a box for a guy with some ZV510. So one ZV510. So his box is gonna sit up. Gonna be, well, not they not. I think the sub's 85 pounds. So I'm put a big thick baffle on it for him, so he has some meat for the bolt to screw into. Cause I don't know if he's gonna do the thread insert. He would have to do that with the sub himself. Like get the sub set in there, put the thread insert in there. But I'm gonna give him a very thick baffle, so he can put it facing back where he want to. What do you think about earthquake? What do you mean when I think about earthquake subs, man? What I'm thinking about? Hey, P, I did stain your box, so I clear coded tomorrow. Earthquake makes very efficient subwoofers. Boy, let's look at this right here. Y'all hold on. Let's take a little break right here, man. Do y'all know about Earthquake? Earthquake was my generation. They don't do a lot of. They don't need to. They made a name for themselves, so they don't do a lot of advertising. But they very good at what they do. Very good. Let me see if I can. Earthquake. Here we go. Let's get right here. Let's see. Let's see. How many minutes I doing this video for? Man, I'm been 15 more minutes, but I'm gonna get out of here. Hours long enough, ain't it? Oh, yeah, here we go. DBXI 12D. Yeah. Yes, buddy. Earthquake, what I know about them. I know a lot about them. I know they make some very, very good subwoofers. There's so many different brands out there, man. There's so many different brands out there. Don't let nobody get one brand and think, man, I got to run this to be loud. That's bullshit. 87 dB on a 12. Woo! Yeah. And they give you a download. They give you a man. Look at this manual right here. So we can get some of these specs off here. Let's see what this FS is on this sub. Open it up. DBXI. Oh. Let me build a box for him. Get at me. You say your wife got some 10, my wife got an 18, baby. My wife got an 18, boy. 27 up top, 42 on the bottom, and I ain't paid for it. Mama gave it to her. You know what I mean? And I ain't paid for it. Mama gave it to her. You know what I'm saying? 100% all natural. That thing move, boy. I'm a dirty old man. Don't get it twisted. I'm a dirty old man. I'm trying to get these parameters. Man, I love when a company gives you in their manual what to put their subwoofers in and did some of the homework for you. DBXI. 44 millimeter travel one way. Get at me. Yeah. Free air resonance on that 12. Sit down when I tell you that is. Sit down when I tell you this, man. 24 hertz. Earthquake sounds. Earthquake sound audio. Go look at that DBXI 12. Go look. That's what I'm telling you. There's a lot more other subwoofers out there besides the names that everybody keep throwing around that you see on Facebook. There's a lot more very, very good subwoofers out there that will shock you in performance. That DBXI 12. Well, I would love to build an enclosure with this here, man. If you need somebody to build your box, man, get at me, man. I would love to build a box on this joker here. Yeah, 44 millimeters excursion one way, 88.9 total. Get at me, boy. Get at me. Yeah, you ain't doing nothing wrong with them. Man, you know what? I had that 12-inch subwoofer from Earthquake, man. I had that sub and I sold it to a guy, and I don't know what he did, but it tore up. I don't know. I think he might have did something wrong. I don't know. It tore up, but that's a very high end subwoofer. My wife got some 10. What do you think about Earthquake DBXI? Oh, that's Rufus. Yeah, I think they're great subwoofers. I've heard them in person. I used to run them back in the 90s. They're great subwoofers. No. Oh, C20 MP143. Dynamic just as important as certified power due to fighting impedance? No. Certified power is what you want. Certified power is what you're going to get nominally, which means what you're going to get on average the majority of the time. That's where your impedance is going to get cut at. So let's say you got an amplifier that's figuratively does 1500 watts certified power. If you don't have an amp that fights impedance rise, what you actually going to get is about 900 watts. On dynamic, on certain parts of the song, if your electricity's right, you got enough power going back on dynamic, you might get 15, 17, short bursts. But normally you're going to be getting that 900 from that 15. Your certified power, what you need to look at. The dynamic power, you might get it, you might not get it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, hit me up in a couple of weeks, man. I'd love to build a box of them jokers there, man. I would love to. In fact, I'm going to play with the program, just that 24 hertz free air. It's killing me, man. I wish they ran 8s, but Earthquake don't mess with 8s no more. Because that's really what I want to run in my vehicle. Yeah, they very high efficiency, man. Earthquake been playing, man. They used to make some killer amps too, man. I don't know if they still do it, man, but they used to make some real strong ass amp.
All right, let me see what else. Let me go back. I didn't know I could scroll through. So damn it. Okay. Uh huh. Let me see. Your box pull could be wrong. You might need me. You might need me to build a. Hey man, building a box is a skill. Now I'm trying to tell you, it ain't as simple as you think. It ain't just putting. People tell you, oh, just man, just throw a hole in there. Box, you pay that dude all that money to build that box. They don't even need it. It takes skills. It takes skill to build a subwoofer enclosure. I'm telling you, man, because you gotta get that box volume and that port area working together, and it takes a certain amount of skill. Most box builders that people go to and people say, I ain't got nothing bad to say about him building boxes because I mean we didn't build a lot of boxes y'all don't know about it that sounded like shit. For real. We build it for ourselves though. We trying out stuff. I have built man for them kicking Q classes right there. I done built three boxes. Three boxes before I settle on that box. And I finna build another one just because it's just how I want to arrange the port. I can get more port. I can get more volume out the enclosure if I instead of putting that port in the middle. If I just put it at one end and put all four of them, I get more volume in my box and take space to make base. So I'm going to build another box for them. So that'll be box number 4. So it's just a lot of failures to actually get it right. Where you can know when you build a box for somebody, yeah, I can do that, and you building a box that you know works. Uh, what's up, Grenada? I wish I can get something down there to you, man. Toro, VFL, EFL. Jimmy King. Toro and VFL are similar. The Toro has bigger baskets than the VFL. The VFL, they both, I think, get them from a build house in China, either Dentale, very strong subwoofers. All of them are good. All of them are good. All depends on your price point. I was impressed with the Toro Tech Audio 8s. And I was also impressed with the VFL, American-based VFL, that VFL 8. I was very impressed with it. So I mean, it's choice. I'm not gonna say one's better than another. But I would take either one of those two over the Evo 8. That's just my opinion. How does amp fight? Tim, how does amp? It's got to be designed that way. It's got to be designed that way. It's got to be designed that way. Not all amps do it. They say them that Full Bridge Smart Tar Amps 3K does it. I've heard people say they got words, they got bad crossovers, that another. I know there's 2 manufacturers that fight that Peters Rise, and they've been doing it since the beginning. J Audio, and then the pole man's J Audio, which is Robert Fosgate. J Audio amps high end fights impedance rise at 1, 2, 3, and 4 ohms, and the Fosgate amps fight impedance rise. They power series fight impedance at 1 and 2 ohms. It's got to be designed for that. I mean, you got to read the technology, know how you do it. I don't have an electrical mechanical engineering degree to tell you exactly how they do it. All right, but it's done. I want to do acoustic suspension. Do you think Scars recommend to again feel big enough Town 3 can still play clean? Oh man, what the hell is this? Uh, BF15 want to do acoustic suspension. Larry, I have to grab that to see. I would have to grab that to see. Personally, I think Scars need a bigger box, so I think a 3 sealed box, 3 sealed. I think it'd be closer to ported than what they recommend, but I don't know. To me, it seems that Kevin doesn't really design and engineer himself. It's more so he goes and find out what they have already designed and engineered and say, hey, look, I'll do that, put my name on it, and I'll sell it. Because people are people, whether it's made by American or Brazilian. Uh, do you know the DB Drive is owned by Hispanics? Yes, yeah. So people are people, man. So just because a subwoofer is made in China does not make it inferior. But you got some companies that actually do design and engineer and say, hey, I want you to do this for me. And they build it in China. You got some that design, engineer, and own their own company. I mean, own their own build house in China, Kicker. Uh, Falls Gate. That's why they subwoofers don't look like nothing else out there because I mean look at some of these eights, look at some of these Baxters on some of these subwoofers y'all run there. You know what I mean? They all look the same, yeah, because they all come from the same place. And some of them pick off the shelf and put it together, and some actually say, "No, I want to do this, do that, another." And the build house actually built that way. So that's just something you got to look into. People are people. Just because it's made in China, designed and engineered in China, doesn't make it ineffective. It doesn't. It does not. I don't believe. Don't go for that. How many clothes you think I built in all? Since when? Since I started read back up in 2013, man, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you, bro. I really can't tell you. A lot. AGM. I don't have any experience with the lithiums. I got experience with the AGMs. I'm still with the AGMs. I have a modest system, Freddie. So I hear the lithiums for the big heavy systems, guys running 5, 8, 10K. I don't have no experience with them, so I'm not gonna sit here and lie to try to make myself seem like I'm important. No, I know everything. I tell you, I'm still reading myself. I don't experience with the AGMs. I have no experience with the caps or the lithiums. I'll have to do research on that if I ever had a system that was big enough for that. Okay, which I could read is all I can advise you to do. Read and come to your own conclusion. What you want to do. My channel mainly for the street beaters, for the people that really make these companies what they are. 212 amp, this, that, another. Most of the people that watch my channel, man, they not getting big systems like that. They're actually only getting like 2,000 watts to their system. Nah, you ain't gotta be quiet, man. Just talk. I'm gonna call you about doing a bill for a Kia Stinger. Up here, boy, you sub there. Don't call me right now, man. Oh, that's for your wife's car. So hold on, 4 more minutes, man. 4 more minutes. One more question. I'll get up out here. One more question, boy. Hey, whoever, I would love to build this box of these DBI sub for these DBIs. My number, I'm gonna put my number in this comment on the bottom of this if I can remember. Have you checked my recent video with my SoundCube Ace and that box you mean? Yo, yeah, I heard it, man. I appreciate it. Shouts out, man. I appreciate that, man. Shouts out to Z Customs, man. He got a 2.8 box for me, SoundCube, and they all, man, it sound great, man. You did great on that system. My box was just the icing on the cake. You did great on that system, man, for real. That's your work. I just did the box. Sealed, I think it says 0.5. Depending on what L7s you're gonna get. You got look, in Kicker you got the L7Q class, you got the L5s, and you got the solar barracks. I mean, it's different. It all depends on which ones you're gonna get. They're not all the same. How much is a single? You gotta message me, man, because I gotta know what vehicle you is. They vary. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't cranking my saw up, period. I ain't cranking that saw up for no less than $250, man. It don't make no sense when me crank that saw, be standing out there. The time, the craft, and what I put into it, I'm not gonna do nothing cheaper than that, man. The Q class, that's when you ask me about the L7, the C, how much FS for, I don't know, is it 0.5 or 0.75? I think it's 0.75. I ain't for sure, man. I don't know, man. Let me see, too. And like I keep trying to tell you, don't. The guy that asked me, he thought you was all about kicking. Nah, it ain't all about kicking. That's just what I'm running right now. That's just what I'm running right now. You know, I'm never gonna say someone was better than another. You sound, yeah, I see that they selling 6.5 now. I'm not a big fan of 6.5. Remember I told you about efficiency? Some people think they're gonna go smaller and get louder. That's not gonna happen. You're not gonna go smaller and get louder. Stereo integrity, that's Jacob Fuller. That's his stuff too. That's Sundown. Yeah, stereo integrity. I don't know if you know that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But stereo integrity, that's Jacob Fuller stuff. Oh man, I'm trying to ask this dude probably. You gotta look at it. Go to Kicker thing. I think they tell you, man. One thing I tell you about Kicker, they know exactly what they subwoofers will or will not do. So whatever specs Kicker give you, just go by it. Compact, you can put it in this. Bigger SQ, man. Kicker been around since 1973. They not new. Man, they sell Kicker at Walmart. So
Well, what that mean? They sell kick at Walmart. They sell Coke at Walmart too. That make it taste any different? They sell gold in Walmart too. That don't make it. That don't make it. That don't make it. What 11.92 ounce? They sell silver in there too. $600.92 an ounce. Just 'cause what does that mean? Because they sell it. They sell it in Walmart. They sell Michelin tires in there, Yokohamas. They sell all that in Walmart too. What does that mean? Kick sell the entry level line in Walmart. Why? Because like I told y'all in closing this video, the bread and butter for any of these cardio. You can Jacob Fuller say he done sold more SA, the SA series subs than his Z's, his Neos, than any other subs he got. He done sold more SA. Why? Because it was at one time his entry level. People on 212 an amp and they gonna be 212 an amp and they gone, man. People ain't really kicking out $500, $600, $700 for a 12, man. I'm sorry. So they put the entry level in Walmart. And most cardio shops and manufacturers will tell you, what do you want? I want something that's, what do you want? I want something that's gonna make me. I gotta keep the lights on. I gotta pay the insurance. I gotta take my kids to school. I gotta feed myself. Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Sell the money. That's why Scott sells so much. Why? Because it's reasonable. If you put him in the right side of the box, you'll be fine. That was Scar and Jacob parted ways. Jacob said, I'm going to go this route. He said, I'm going to go this route. Every time you sell one sub, I'm going to sell two. Yeah, they got differences in performance, but most people ain't got the money to kick out. They're not kicking out $290 when they can kick out $169 and get performance not as great, but not too far away. That's just a fact. They go to them 18s, y'all. Hey, them 18s calling me, y'all, so I'm about to holler at y'all. She keep bumping them things, keeping them boom, boom, boom. I keep hearing that drum line. So I'm finna go over here. I'm finna see where she running. I'm gonna holler at y'all.